Hey guys, welcome back to Hype RC. In today's video, we are going over the new Mjx 14210. This is their newest release. It is a 14th scale basher. It reminds me a lot of a miniature version of my Arm Italian, which is one of my favorite large bashers. Now, let's take a look at exactly what you're going to get with this rig. We're going to unbox it, we're going to take a look underneath the hood, and we're going to take it out for a bash. This actually has not hit the US market yet. I ordered it directly through AliExpress as soon as it came out on the Chinese market. I actually didn't even receive the box that it comes in, so no box art today, guys. Sorry about that. But I just got done reviewing the 14301, 14302, and H14MK 14th scale Mjx Hyper Go street bashers, and I was so blown away with how well those rigs did. I could not wait to get my hands on this one so we could do a review on it. I've got 2 free easy upgrades at the end and 1 little cost, but I think it'll save you a lot of headaches upgrade at the end of the video. Stick around and check it out. Let's take a look at everything that comes out of the box for your Mjx 14210 model. Of course, you get the rig itself with a very nice set of off-road tires that are glued to the factory rims, and a very nice set of paddle tires that are also glued to the rim and vented. You get the V1 remote with throttle and steering trim. Of course, it's got the off 70% and 100% power switch with a 3rd channel button. You also get a Phillips head screwdriver, an extended T-wrench, an extra set of body clips, a 2S 3000 milliamp 25C soft battery pack and charger, an extra set of springs, the wheelie bar, an extra set of body posts, an extra set of rear upper suspension arms, an extra wing, and of course this very nice extra gold body that comes with it. It also comes with a pamphlet detailing how to install the wheelie bar and a little bit about the motor and drivetrain, and then a very detailed set of instruction manuals, exploded views, part numbers, how-to setups on throttle trim and steering trim, and very detailed, very nice set of instructions. So let's go ahead and take a look underneath the hood of this rig and see what we got. Let's take a look underneath the hood of our Mjx 14210 truggy. So we'll start off with the motor. It is a 4,400 kV with a very nice heatsink and fan, a 45 amp ESC, of course, with a very nice heatsink fan on top of it, a sealed receiver waterproof box, which is a new addition to these models, a 17-gram steering servo. It comes with a 6061 aluminum chassis, 2.5 millimeters thick. It comes with CVDs all the way around. It comes with ball bearings all the way around. It comes with a very nice sturdy front bumper with integrated lights, a very nice high rear bumper, a very nice wing on the back. I have already installed the wheelie bar, a very nice set of oil-filled shocks that are going to soak up all those bumps and jumps that we're going to take this thing on, and adjustable steering linkages up front, which is another nice addition to this model. So let's get this thing out and take it on a 2S and 3S bash. Mjx 210 2S speed run. "29 miles an hour, 2S. Mjx 14210 3S speed run. "45 miles an hour." All right, guys, I had an absolute blast getting out and test running this rig. Let's talk about how it performed. We're going to go over the pros, a few cons, and then we'll talk about some upgrades that you can do out of the box that's going to help this rig out. Number one, we're going to talk about durability. I flipped this thing. I landed it directly on its hood. I ran into a curb at 40 plus miles an hour. I skinned it across the pavement at 40 plus miles an hour, and I absolutely did not break one single thing on this rig. It performed very well, so durability is not an issue with this rig. Next, let's talk about the electronics. The new 4,400 kV motor that they put in this thing is an absolute rocket on 3S. It still performed well on the 2S battery that it came with, but if you want it to be an absolute beast, go out and get you a 3S battery and plug it into this thing. Let's talk about the receiver and transmitter. They did well. I never had any lag. It did not lose connection. The little third channel button for the lights was very easy to use, so all in all that did very, very well. The tires and wheels on this are very nice. They do balloon a little bit at an extremely high speed, but they are very grippy and did a great job. Then the oil-filled shocks on this rig perform fantastic. Mjx has a recipe for their 14th scale oil-filled shocks on their street basher models and this off-road basher model that are just top-notch, no leaks, retain the oil, and just are great suspension for this rig. Then the last thing I want to talk about is the 2.5 millimeter 6061 chassis underneath this. I bashed the crap out of this thing and did not bend that chassis, so it did a great job. I skinned it up a little bit, but the chassis on this is super solid. So let's talk about a few of the cons with this rig. The number one con with this rig is that the rear CVDs did pop out on me multiple times, but I have an easy, free fix for that. The next thing is that the Phillips head screws on this thing, I highly recommend you go out and get a decent Phillips head screwdriver if you're going to buy an Mjx Hyper Go vehicle. The screws are made of high quality, but if you use a cheap screwdriver on this thing, you're going to strip the screwdriver and you're going to start stripping screws, and that is going to cause you a headache that you just don't want. Now, let's talk about the two free upgrades and then a little bit of a cost upgrade, but it's going to save you a major headache down the road. Number one is to fix that rear suspension travel so those CVDs don't pop out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I had some leftover nitro fuel line, and I cut these at about 3/16 or 4 millimeters long and stuck them internally to shorten the travel of the suspension in the rear. That is keeping those CVDs from popping out at full extension of the rear suspension, so that is a quick and easy upgrade for this rig. Number two, I actually did pull the wing off this thing cartwheeling it. Now, I don't know if you want to consider that a brake or not, but the heads on these screws are so tiny, when you're putting all that pressure and jumping and landing on that rear wing, it will pull it off. But if you start off with a couple small washers on top of the screws, that alleviates that problem completely. And so that is a quick and cheap and easy upgrade you can do for the rear wing on this thing. And then the third upgrade is to get you some body clip fasteners, because when you start cartwheeling this rig at 40 plus miles an hour, just from the inertia, it's going to start flipping those body clips off. I lost multiple body clips in just one bash on this rig. So you can pick those up at Amazon. I have a link for them at the end. It's about $10, but you want to keep the body on your bashers, because if you lose all those clips and this body comes off and you start landing it upside down and smacking the electronics and those fans in dirt, mud, rocks, grass, that is not going to do you any favors. So you want to keep the body on your basher. So I highly recommend going out and getting those clip retainers so that you can constantly make sure and check and have those clips installed on your rig at all times. But this rig is another 10 out of 10 for me from Mjx Hyper Go. They are an amazing new company to the US market. This thing actually is pre-ordered through AliExpress. It's not even on the US market right now, but I did order it as soon as it came out in the Chinese market. I actually didn't even get the box that it comes in, so you know, we didn't get to see any box art on it. But all in all, I highly recommend, if you're into bashing and going out and getting this rig, it did fantastic. So don't forget to support your local hobby shops. Bash, crawl, repeat. Hit that subscribe and like button for me and ring that bell so you can catch my next video. We'll see you next time.